back to my channel. My name is Alyssa. I do Pilates at home workouts here. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, clicking on this video. It really means a lot to me that you have even stopped by. If you are returning, oh my goodness, thank you so much for returning. I really, really do appreciate it. If you guys would do so kindly, make sure that you guys go ahead and subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and maybe comment down below something that you loved, maybe something that was super challenging throughout today's workout. As you can see that it is gonna be oblique and glute focus. The only set of equipment that I'm gonna be utilizing today is a set of ankle weights. But other than that, besides your beautiful fine selves on your mat, that is all that you need. If you don't have ankle weights, no worries. You don't have to utilize them. They're just an extra added sprinkle of spice, like just like those little jimmies that you get from like an ice cream shop. You'd get like little jimmies. But that's it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So you're just going to go ahead and give me a nice wide stance here. Your knees are going to be externally rotated. Knees are going to be externally rotated here. All right, so from here, you're just going to go ahead and really find your grounding, really planting that weight down through those heels. And then you're going to simply begin to drop those hips down towards the sides. Good, just holding it here, and then begin to lengthen it on up. You rise from those hips. You're dropping those hips down. Good, and then you're going to begin to rise it back on up. Good. Simply drop it on down, maybe holding it here just for a second. Really feel that those nice calves engaged, the nice strength and stability that you have within those heels. And then you even begin to fire it on up with those inner thighs here. Good. And then maybe beginning to lift it back on up. Good. And let's go ahead and drop it down, maybe pausing it up at the bottom. We're just opening up those hips here, warming up those inner thighs, warming up those glutes as well, along with those quads. Dropping it down and then lifting it on up. Good. Maybe seeing it now if you can go ahead and reach those arms out wide. Good. To a nice T and then lengthen it on up. Good. Dropping it down. Energy is shooting out from the crown of those heads. Excellent, excellent work. Give me 8. Good. Give me 7. 6. Give me 5. Really feel those knees pulling over towards on top of those toes, but don't bring them past those toes. And 2. Good. This next one here, you're gonna hold it down at the bottom. You're gonna begin to twist it on over to the top of your mat. So rotating it over to the top of your mat, and then you're gonna reach those arms above those heads. Right foot is forward, left foot is back. You're coming down into a nice 90-90 lunge here. Good. From here, you're gonna begin to then open it back on up, out to the left. Good. Coming into that nice squat, arms come back down to a T. Reaching those arms up above, coming into that 90-90 lunge here. And then opening it back on up, out to the side. Good. I need 8. Beautiful job. If you need to go ahead and rotate those toes, find that stability, you go ahead and do so. It is okay to go ahead and take a second to make sure that those toes stay facing the same direction when you go ahead and come into that 90-90 lunge. I need 4. 3. When you come into that 90-90 lunge, those arms come above those heads, in line with those ears. In 2, you're gonna hold it in that 90-90 lunge. On this next one, holding it here in that 90-90 lunge. Good. Can you go ahead and bring those hands to center? Can now maybe you go ahead and twist it on over to the right-hand side with that upper body. It's a twist of the torso, twist of the rib cage, and then go ahead and come back to center. I'm gonna find my footing just a little bit deeper. Good. Twisting it on over to the right-hand side, and then come back to center. In 5, we're gonna go ahead and get into a curtsy with that left foot in 2. This next one, you're gonna go ahead and come back to center. You're gonna step that left foot back, coming into that nice curtsy lunge, and then go ahead and step it back for that 90-90. I'm looking all around, so my balance is a little offbeat, but that is okay. 8, 7, stay low, 6, woo, 5, 4, 3, you're gonna stay back in that curtsy, and 2, oh my Lanta. This next one, hold it back in that curtsy, good. Can you just go ahead and twist it on over to the right hand side once again, and then go ahead and come back to center. So you're twisting it on over to the right, and then coming back to center, good, for 8, 7, big inhale, big exhale. Give me 6, it's a twist of the torso. Give me 5, woo, 4, 3, you're gonna come back into that 90-90, and 2, this next one, go ahead and come back down into that 90-90. Straighten out that back left leg, bring those hands down towards your mat. Good, you're gonna begin to then drop it down within that left knee, and you're gonna simply open it on over down to the side. You're gonna stay exactly where you are. I'm gonna flip it on over, so then that way you guys can see me. So you're gonna come down to your left hand sides. Your right foot is gonna be in front of that left leg is down on the bottom. You're just gonna begin to rest it on down here. Good, we're gonna take a nice little nap. Just kidding, we have work to do, okay? That right leg is bent in front of that left. We're gonna work those inner thighs. Lifting up that bottom left leg up towards the ceiling, toes are pointed, lowering it back down. Lifting it on up and then lowering it back down. Good, lifting it up and then lowering it back down. So when you're here, you're gonna make sure that there's a tiny gap between that rib cage and your mat. Okay, those hips are squared off. You're gonna begin to ignite and fire on up that left inner thigh here. Good, lifting it on up and then lowering it back down. Good, for 8, 7, 6, 5, beautiful job here. Give me 4, 3, 2, hold that left leg lifted here, hold it lifted. Little tiny lift up and down, so it's a little tiny pulse. That left leg stays lifted the entire time. Little tiny pulse up and down, little tiny pulse. Good, for 8, rib cage is pulling in, you're breathing. Give me 7, 6, you're gonna hold that left leg lifted, and 5, 4, 3, 2, hold that left leg lifted. You're gonna then begin to bring that right foot behind that left, planting it back down onto the mat. We got those leg lifts again, lifting it on up and then lowering it back down. Lifting up that left leg, getting deeper, a little bit different movement here, but we're still working those left inner thighs. Good, give me 5, 4, 3, 2, continue to hold that left leg lifted. We got a second round of pulses with those inner thighs. Pulse it up and up and up and up. Good, for 8. I was just making sure. I was like, oh my gosh, is my mic plugged in? I was like, I hope so. We're halfway through this. Good, give me 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that left leg lifted. Begin to extend that right leg, coming in line with that left here. Both legs are extended here. Good. Give me a tiny little lift up and then lower it back down. So now we're really getting into those obliques here. These are what we call Pilates bananas. You should be able to see both those feet out of the peripheral vision of your right eyeball. You're gonna feel a nice pinch in those right obliques, right about here, okay? Lift, lower it down, lift, 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 lift. Oh my goodness, those inner thighs are working. Good, in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it lifted here. Begin to reach that left leg in front of that body. That right leg goes back. Good. We're going into those nice splits and then bring both of them back to center. Good. Extending that left leg along behind you. Right leg goes back. And then go ahead and come back to center. Good. I need 8 more. 8. Woo! 7. 6. 5. Yes, you can. Breathe. Give me 4, 3, 2. This next one, you're gonna hold that left leg lifted and extended out in front of you. Little tiny lift up and down with those left legs up towards the ceiling. Lift, lift. Oh my goodness. If those inner thighs weren't on fire, now they are. I feel the pinch also within my right oblique. Oh my Lanza. Full body burn, baby. Good. Give me 8, 7, 6. Can you lift it up a little bit higher? Can you squeeze it a little more? Good. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2. Go ahead and bring those legs back to center. Don't let it on out. Little lift up with both legs and then lower it back down. Good. We have one more round of those bananas. Lift and pinch. Oh my goodness. Those right obliques feel so good right now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold both those legs lifted. Little tiny pulses down and up. Little tiny pulses down and up. Oh, my Lanta, my right oblique is literally on fire. 8, 7, yes you can, small 1-inch movement. Give me 6, lift it up and up and up and up for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, lower it down. Oh my goodness, you're gonna go ahead and roll it onto your stomachs, okay? You're gonna bring those hands by your sides, tucking those toes. Begin to take a nice big inhale. And then on your exhale, you're gonna begin to full body movement. Begin to press the floor away, coming into a nice high plank. From here, you're gonna go ahead and step that left foot forward. Good, from here, you're gonna come onto the back of those balls of those right feet. You're gonna reach those arms above those heads. Good, and then we're just gonna go ahead and come standing back on up. We have the other side. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that was challenging. But we have the other side. Let's get right into it. So you're gonna come up, same thing. We just have the left hand side. You're gonna begin to just give me that nice little squat down. Those knees come out towards the sides. Those arms come out to a nice T, and then lengthen it on up. Energy shooting out from the crown of the head. Reaching it on out to the side with those fingertips, and then rising in those hips. Good. Dropping it down. Lifting it on up. Good. Dropping it down. Rib cage is engaged. You're breathing. You are not holding your breath. I am right there with you. Any single thought that you may have, guess what? I probably have too. Okay? But it is a mind game. You need to get out of that head, get in this room. Wherever you are taking this, maybe you're on the beach somewhere. I would love to be at the beach right now. Maybe you're somewhere on vacation somewhere. Okay, maybe you're in your living room, maybe you're in your kitchen, okay? Maybe you're in your study, maybe you're actually in the office just trying to get in a quick workout. Good, give me 5. We're gonna go into those 90-90. In 4, 3, 2. This next one, you're gonna drop it down, and then as you rise it on up, you're gonna twist it on over to the back of your mat, coming up to the balls of those right feet. Those arms come above those heads, coming into that nice 90-90. Good. Opening everything back out wide. Good. Reaching those arms as you come into that 90-90. Reach those arms out wide. Good. I need 8. 7. It's okay if you go ahead and stumble and need to go ahead and twist those feet so that they're facing the same direction. If they don't face the same direction, you might be a little bit off balance, just like me. I definitely struggle with balance. 8. It is nothing to be ashamed of. You practice it each and every single time that you show up onto your mat. Give me 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Yes, you can. Maybe get a little bit deeper on this next one. Open those arms on out wide, and then you're gonna twist it over to the left-hand side, coming into that nice 90-90 lunge here. Excellent work. You're gonna bring your hands down to center. From here, your toes are pointing in the same direction. You're just gonna twist that torso over to the left-hand side. It's a twist and rotation of the torso, and then go ahead and come back to center. Go ahead and twist it on over to the left-hand side. I'm watching you, even though my head is facing you just a little bit. Good, rotating it on over to the left, and then go ahead and come back to center. Notice how I'm not really standing up like this. I have a nice little hinge forward. The reason why I like a hinge forward is because we get a little bit deeper into those left glutes. Good, give me 6, 5. We're gonna go into those nice curtsy lunges to a 90. In 3, in 2. This next one is you go ahead and come back to center. You're gonna take that right foot, step it behind that left, coming into that nice curtsy. Good, and then you're gonna take a step back, coming into that 90-90. Take a step back in that curtsy, step it on back to that lunge. Good, for 8. Hands are in prayer. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. You're gonna hold it there in that nice curtsy. Beautiful job. This last one, holding it here in this nice little curtsy. Go ahead and then twist it on over to the left-hand side. Can you get a little bit deeper? And then go ahead and come back to center. You guys got it. Twisting it on over to the left-hand side. Come back to center. Good. For 8, 7. Oh, my Lanta. My left glute is on fire. Give me 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This next one is you go ahead and come back to center. Step that right knee back behind you, coming into that 90-90. Extend that right leg long. Bring those hands down to the mat, dropping down into that left knee. You're gonna send those bottoms down over to the left-hand side. You're gonna come down to your right side. Stay where you are. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it on over to my mat. So we're down on those right sides. That right leg is gonna be on the bottom. Your left knee is gonna be over cross of that right. With that bottom leg, that right leg is gonna be down on the bottom. You're gonna begin to lift it on up with those right legs up towards the ceiling, lowering it back down. We're getting into those inner thighs now on those right legs. You're like, we have been working on inner thighs, and you're exactly right. But we needed to get a little bit deeper, but we also wanted to go ahead and incorporate and fire it on up within those nice obliques. Good, lifting it on up and then slowly lowering it back down. Lifting it on up and then lowering it back down. Good, you guys are almost there. Okay, you're almost at the finish line. You did 3/4 of this workout here already onto your mat. Showing up, not knowing what to expect. Maybe this was your first time and you made it to this point even here. That's an accomplishment in itself. These are not easy. Good. Lifting it on up. Again, you want to make sure that you have that nice gap between that rib cage and your mat. Those hips are going to be squared off. Your rib cage is pulling in belly button to spine. You're smiling. You're just hanging out, resting your head on those right arms here. Give me 6, 5, 4, 3. You're gonna hold that right leg lifted into this next one here. Hold that right leg lifted, just little tiny pulses up and down. Little tiny pulses up and down. Good for 8. Big inhale, big exhale. Give me 7, 6, 5, 4. You're gonna hold that right leg lifted in 3, 2. Hold that right leg lifted. The only thing that changes, you're gonna step that left foot behind that right. Hold it there. Begin to give me those little lift up and then lower it down with those right legs. Good. Just a little bit of different movement here. If those inner thighs aren't, oh, they are igniting here. 7. My AC just turned on, so if you hear it, I apologize. Good. Give me 7, 6, 5. You're gonna hold that right leg lifted. Give me 4, 3, 2. Hold that right leg lifted here. You're going to begin to extend that left leg over top of that right here. Good. Energy shooting out from those toes. You're going to begin to lift it on up with both those feet and then lower them back down to the ground. Good. We're going to get into those Pilates bananas here. You should be able to see the peripheral, out of the peripheral vision, those toes out of your left eyeball. All right. We're going to really fire it on up with those left obliques now. We had those right obliques crying. Now we need to leave those left because, you know, we can't have lopsided obliques. Lopsided obliques. Good. Lower it down and then lift it on up. Good. I need 8, 7, 6. You're not rolling it back. You're not rolling it forwards. Try and stabilize those hips. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold both those legs lifted. Little tiny pulses down and up. Little tiny pulses down and up. Down and up. Oh, my Lanta. This is where those inner thighs really fire it on up in those right legs. Good for 8, 7. We're not done. Give me 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold both those legs lifted. You're going to begin to then send that right leg forward as those left legs go back, coming into those nice splits. And then go ahead and bring everything back to center. Good. Go ahead and swing and reach that right leg forward. That left leg goes back. And then go ahead and come back to center. Good. I need 8, 7, 6. Toes are pointed. I need 5 more. 5. Those right legs are going to stay forward. We have those nice little pulses down and up towards the ceiling. And 4. You have 3 more. Yes, you can. Breathe. 3, 2. This next one, to hold that right leg extended out in front of you. Little tiny little lift up and down towards the ceiling. Lift, 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 lift. For 10, we're not done. 8, we go full extension with those bananas. Give me 5. Can you lift it up a little bit higher? Can you squeeze it up a little bit more? Good. Give me 4. Ah, those left obliques, man. Give me 3, 2. This next one, go ahead and bring those legs back together. We got a full range of motion, so lower down those legs, lift it on up for those bananas. Lift. Lift it on up. Good. Full extension as they lower down and then lift it back on up towards the ceiling. Good. I need 8 more, and then we pulse it out. Give me 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold both those legs lifted. We got those little tiny pulses down and up, down and up. Breathe. This is it. This is the final finisher. You're almost there. You can literally see the light at the end of the tunnel. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it lifted for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Excellent, excellent work. When you're ready, you can go ahead and press yourself on up, coming into a nice seated position here on your mat. We have 2 breaths. You're gonna go ahead and take a nice big inhale, reaching those arms up above those heads. Breathing in all that positive energy. Exhale, letting go of any negativity, anything that is weighing you down. One last final one. Go ahead and take a nice big deep breath in. Those palms come together up at the top. You exhale as you bring it down to heart center. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on the mat. My name is Alyssa. Again, I do Pilates at home workouts here on my channel. If you guys haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for your support. And make sure that you go ahead and like this video. Maybe comment down below something that was challenging. Maybe you felt the fire. So I would love to hear that and see that. So thank you guys so much. And I cannot wait to see you guys next time here on the mat with me at home. Bye, guys.